In the last video I completed the tabletop. The next task was to plane up the legs and the skirts for the table. The legs were made from 3-inch stock and the skirts were made from the same 2-inch stock as the tabletop. These were then cut to length, ready for me to join together to create the table base. I had decided to make mortise and tenon joints on the skirts and legs. Here's a preview. I wanted the joints just to touch in the centre of the leg. Here I am marking out the mortise. I use an X-Acto knife with a very fine blade to mark this out. I decided to make the width that of one of the chisels I had. I think it's about 5/8 of an inch. I finished the markup process by using a chisel to create a groove to guide the saw when I cut out the mortise. With my handsaw I cut through half of the mortise from one corner to the opposite corner. And then I used my chisel to remove the material from the mortise. Well, I use a micrometer to ensure that I've got a consistent depth across the whole of the mortise. Okay, so just a little bit of cleaning up and the removal of a small nub in the corner. Okay, done. For the tenon, I used the micrometer with the same setting that I'd used to the depth of the mortise to mark up the cut line. And the same chisel to measure the width of the tenon. Again, I made a guide for my handsaw. But my sawing was rudely interrupted by my compressor starting up. And now time to try out a new tool that I've just bought, a router plane. And now to test all of my work and see if it fits. Not perfect, but it's pretty good. Okay, 2 joints done, 6 more to go. And here they are in a dry fit before my glue up. The top was attached to the legs using these Z-clips, which I found were very useful. They allow for expansion and contraction of the wood in different humidities. So the legs were glued up, and I spent quite a bit of time sanding both the top and the legs, but I'll spare you that. I finished the table in 2 coats of Osmo hard wax oil. As you can see, I think the results are pretty pleasing.
De Alto Cero voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cero voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cero voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para